Silence your phones. It is 5:38 p.m. I would like to start a roll call from my left.
Councilwoman Diane Howard.
Councilman Darrell Honoring.
Mayor Reynolds.
Councilwoman Yolanda Shepherd.
Mayor Amelia Inman.
Councilwoman Manera Wynn.
All right, thank you. At this time, we will have a moment of silence, please. Thank you so much. Moving forward to the approval of the agenda. Also, whenever you're ready.
I'd like to make a motion to approve tonight's work session, July 15th, 5:30 p.m.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I have one delete from this agenda. For discussion, you see where it says annexation ordinance first read. We will table that one for the next meeting. Other than that, I think that's it. That will be discussion item letter B. Please delete that from your agenda. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. At this moment, we have the consent agenda and we have a number of those. Thank you so much to our city clerk for catching up on that. Okay. All righty. So is it okay that council will just go ahead and state the dates all at one time and that's it? Perfect. All right. Council, whenever you're ready.
I'd like to approve the consent agenda for letters A through I as stated for dates on the work session agenda.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Ayes have it. Thank you so much.
I just have one thing.
Mhm.
I know Miss Ashley, you're catching up on stuff, but it's hard for me to remember little details when it's like so far late. How often could we get it next go round?
So one of the remainder from April until June.
Mhm.
I should have those three while next week or before our next one. At that point, I'll be able to see the very next one.
Okay, great. Okay.
Again, I apologize.
No, you're good.
Out and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you though.
Thanks for getting caught up.
You did good. Thank you. All right. Our first discussion item, will be the Klondike Road Sidewalk Project. Our city administrator, Chief Dejournette. He left the building. He's here. There he is. You ready for the sidewalk project?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
So this was kind of brought to our attention as a surprise. So back in 2022, I believe it would be the early part of 22. I do remember hearing about it. I think it was before me. There was a letter and a project put together between, I think it was the mayor, Ms. Sands, and Harry.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the county basically asked, was there any projects that the city wanted help with or for them to help fund or anything like that? And I think there was two projects that were given to them. One was a sidewalk project on Klondike and one was a sidewalk project at Bruce Street. I think it would be like last week or the week before,
Last week.
we were called by the county and they're like, hey,
Not called.
I think Daryl called me when I was in Chattanooga.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That too.
So apparently we were awarded the Klondike project, but they never sent the letters out to anybody saying they were awarded.
Mhm.
We're not the only ones though. Stonecrest they were awarded a project and they didn't get their letter.
Wow.
I think there was a lot of letters that didn't get sent out.
Mm.
So now they're kind of like contacting us like, hey, we need to get this project started. Yeah. So we were awarded $204,000 for the Klondike Road Sidewalk project, which if you look, Harry did a great job in a matter of like a day or so, he was able to get this taken care of. If you look at the diagram, it's basically from Main Street all the way down to the city line, which is just past Magnolia.
What does it involve?
So basically just putting a sidewalk in from Main Street all the way down to the city limit line. So it'll be on this side of Klondike Road.
Start with them on-
Correct.
This side, what is this side?
This side of Klondike.
By,
So if
by,
you're going
the,
down Klondike, going towards Covington, it'll be on the left.
by
Okay,
Tri-Cities
left.
on Ford.
Not the
didn't
side where the
say-
church is.
Correct.
Start
Yeah, on the
with-
side where the church is, the new church.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It didn't say that it was going to connect the sidewalks from like that area near the end of the path.
So no, because that's not in
On
the city
us.
limits. Yes.
But we couldn't do like an agreement like we did for the upcoming
Now we could talk to Stonecrest about doing that. That'd be a whole different conversation about seeing if they want to extend it, because that's going to be the city of Stonecrest right there.
yeah.
that would be nice.
I would love to see if we can have that discussion because that would make it look really clean and connect everything
Mhm.
together.
So
It might be
This-
cheaper while they're out there too.
yeah, this was kind of we kind of had to put this together quick because the county's trying to figure out what we're going to do. So we put it on here for discussion to see if you have any questions or whatever. I can certainly visit that with the city of Stonecrest to see if they'd be interested in possibly connecting that over there. I mean, it'd probably take a little bit longer for them to get an approval than us, but we can see where they.
I just think it would help, everything.
And when
Yeah.
you speak to them, give them like a friendly reminder. We have a person on a wheelchair that goes to Family Dollar every day. And he lives in Stonecrest, and he rides in the middle of the street, even in the city and also in the city of Stonecrest as well. Not only that, please remind them that we had a teenager that was trying to get to school. She got hit
Mhm.
by a DeKalb County
Sanitation.
sanitation truck. Yeah. I just want you to make sure you bring those two things up.
That's fine. And what I can do is I can let Harry know this, being that he does work with us and stuff. So
Mhm. Right.
hopefully we can get a quick answer on that. But you have the documentation there to look over. We'll come back and visit it at the next meeting for a vote. But I'll talk to Stonecrest over on that. If you have any other questions, I can answer them.
How long you think it'll take before it get done?
Honestly, it shouldn't be that long because we gotta. I'm not saying this like we gotta move super fast, but we gotta start sometime soon. Being that we were awarded the money, I know it's not our fault we didn't get the letter, but still trying to just kind of work with the county to
Yeah.
abide by their rules. Awesome.
Any other questions, concerns? Everyone's good?
Not regarding the damage.
Okay. All right, this is interesting.
That's it, right?
Chief, you got a police department report or city administrator report?
I'll do the police first. Police department update. This will also be a part of the admin update. The rodeo, we had the rodeo, went really well. Officers had 0 issues. Pretty nice. I don't think we had any complaints either. That went well. Also, do want to say the Chiefs training is, I'll be leaving Friday to go to Chiefs conference. Actually, at the Chiefs conference, Culture City is going to be doing a demo to all the chiefs in the state. And I can happily say we're the first police department in the state to be certified. So
That'd be a good look.
I'll be able to speak on that one down there too. So that'll be fun. So I'll be going next week to the Chiefs conference. Other than that, we don't have nothing else.
What's the dates? Just in case I can stop calling you.
It starts on the 20th and ends on the 26th.
That's the one in Savannah, right?
So admin report. No, you ready? Are you writing? Oh, okay. So admin report, speak on the rodeo, just so you guys know, give you an update. Rodeo, the total permit fees for rodeo was around $8,000. So, and we had zero issues. I mean, I don't know of an issue. Did you get a call for that?
Did they talk about coming back?
Yeah, they have talked about coming back. They still have the ability to do the rodeo in Rockdale. They have one in September, but there's been conversations of them coming back, and I even think that the owner spoke to the mayor. Yeah. So it was a really good event.
Yeah.
It was different.
Did he
fun.
find you? Man,
He found me.
he said he coming back?
What was the 8,000 for? You said permits or what?
Permits,
He's
yeah,
gonna come
just,
Like
back.
vendors?
just to use the park for all those days, clean up, alcohol licensing, all that.
Oh,
So
it was just one day though.
yeah, but they set up on Friday, took down on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So also give you some updates. The grant finally last Thursday, I got an email from the state saying we should receive money this week. I sent a nasty email to them.
It wasn't
Last-
nasty.
Thank you.
I sent an email last Monday and then
That
got a
was quick.
response finally saying Thursday, you're good to go. We just switched it over. We even went into the portal to see, and the portal is completely different. So
Tell me the name of the grant so that we can be clear.
it's the Protect Our Streets grant, and it's the Resource Center. Along the lines with money, we had a meeting. I had a meeting with the attorneys. The $2 million extra in SPLOST money from the county is coming really soon. They finally got the IGA done last week, submitted everything. Some of the stipulations from the county was kind of like needs to be used for green space, public, parking lots.
Parking lots.
Yeah. And I mean, anything that benefits not only the city of Lithonia, but, people outside the city of Lithonia.
$2 million
It's considered extra SPLOST money.
extra splash.
We gotta be creative, but we
Protect Our
don't make.
Streets, and then the Resource Center, the Lithonia Resource Center. So that was the 4 smaller cities in the county were getting that. So us, Pine Lake, Stone Mountain, and
One more.
Avondale.
Yeah.
So we each it's been a process. I think I had meetings about it last October, November. We didn't know what was going to happen with it, but I do know last week we had to kind of agree to finalize the IGA so they can create it and bring it to you guys.
So wait, the resource center, it's already been active, but y'all just not getting the funding for it? That's
Been
crazy.
using our money.
That's what we've been arguing with the state about.
Wow.
So the extra splash money, is there any fund that we're using that's going to be reimbursed to that one? I can see the grant money, some being reimbursed, but any splash,
SPLOST is just us. SPLOST comes from the county to us. It's not a reimbursement. It's just extra money that we're going to get, just like we would any SPLOST dollar.
Yeah.
But is this a stipulation of how we use it?
Yeah, so stipulations are green spaces, public, public parks is one thing that they put on there. Right-of-way projects. What is the other thing? You can
What's
do-
right-of-way projects?
Like, anything in the right-of-way that would benefit them, it could be sidewalks, could be, give you an idea like that empty space we have on Johnson Street, where the trailhead is, you could use it to create something there because everybody can use it. It's not just for the citizens of Lithonia, it's for everybody.
Well, I'm glad you said that. We did say dog park.
Yeah,
Mhm.
upgrades to the amphitheater, our parking lot over here, we can utilize some of that for a parking lot over here. So that way our SPLOST dollars that we already going to put towards it, we can save those for other projects down the road. I mean, if they're going to give us the ability for us to save our own SPLOST money that we're already getting, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Yep.
Yep. We'll be able to get a lot more trash cans around the city.
I was going to ask you about the parking lot update. Is that something we want to
I can do it right now.
You can do it.
Go.
Just got, Friday, Gilbert Atkins dropped off the signed PSA for the building at 7005 Swift Street. So he signed everything. We're good to go there. The attorneys have it. They're working on getting the ordinance made up so that way we can present you guys with the ordinance to go ahead and close on that property. I'm still waiting on the gentleman with the parking lot. I heard that he's accepting what we talked about. And that should go through
I thought it
soon.
was accepted, so that contract,
He's just gotta
That's
sign it. Yeah, I mean, he verbally accepted me, but he needs to sign it.
he hasn't signed it
No,
yet?
not yet. Gilbert Atkins did. Yeah, the building,
That's what I think. You talking about the building, right?
Whoever owns the building. they
the
have
building
one who's-
signed, yes, the buildings, the big building
Property
Mhm.
on Swift,
on Swift, he
that's
signed.
closed, we
Yep.
own it.
But it's not closed yet. He signed the paperwork. We gotta get an ordinance and then close on it. So he signed it, dropped it off Friday.
Okay, so we're waiting on the ordinance?
I sent it to the attorneys today, so they have it. So that's where we're at in the parking lot. So once we, to give you an idea and a breakdown of where we're gonna go next, once we close on that, we can knock that down and then get a complete, perfect survey of the whole entire parking lot and get a final design.
We acquired the property behind that we were looking to buy into. the
He's
right of way.
agreed, he has the contract, he just needs to sign.
He needs to sign as well. We don't have a contract if it's not signed. We just have an offer.
So, but I mean, the more important thing is getting that building, getting it knocked down so we have a lay of the land. That way they can get a perfect survey of what the parking lot's gonna look like.
Without the signature though, yeah, they did it
We
perfect.
can still, there's no building on that part. They can add that in there. There's no building there, so it's not like they have.
So
to cut it
either
down.
if we don't get it signed, we could just go around it.
Yep.
If we're done, I have two questions.
Yes.
Curious, I can ask this, I think, in this section. The guy that owns the business, in Stonecrest, the restaurant, I forget the name. Do you have any update on where he
He's
is?
been out of the country. I've sent him a contract with everything that we
Mhm.
changed. Send it to the attorney. They changed it. I sent it to him. I know he's been out of the country.
Okay, I was just curious.
Hope you
And
get back.
the second thing, I forget what was it about. It'll probably come to me later. So it's not be that important. But that's cool. I would love to see some action happening over there.
Speaking of restaurant, I got nothing. Were you speaking about the one on Center Street
Yes,
where we?
the old Mason building.
No, Center Street's different than one you're talking about.
Right.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
no,
okay.
we some time ago, may have been pre-pandemic, where we approved the guy that owns the restaurant, right
Premier
here,
Lounge.
Restaurant
Yeah,
Lounge.
He
Yeah,
owns Premier and
Premier, right,
Mhm.
and he had started building. I think it looks like he put a foundation.
Mhm.
Do we have any
I think
update?
there was some legal stuff with that piece of property. Yeah, I think there was some.
The code.
Because I think we approved the variance for
Mhm.
him to be able to do that. Do
It
we
was supposed to
revert?
be like a breakfast spot or something like that.
Right, and I mean,
He
he
just
kind
started
of
building.
badgered us a little bit about trying to get it passed, and we approved it, and then it's just stuck there. So where do we go from
It's an
here?
eyesore. You need to.
It is.
I think he wasn't following code. He was just building on.
Yeah, that was one thing.
Mhm.
And then the other thing was something with the property. Because we got a phone call from somebody that.
So what do we do at this point? Because it is an eyesore.
I'll have Brooks go there and look at it and see what we gotta do about it, but, yeah, have a conversation.
To see where he wants to
See what his
go.
plan is, yeah.
If not, level it and put some grass there for now, I mean, because it does look pretty bad.
My question was like, do we have an update on Charm?
Oh, goodness.
I follow her on Instagram. She's busy.
I know, yeah,
Is she still on?
I know she real.
She's real.
Like,
She's-
she's
Is she
not
on
still
tour.
Like,
She's saying
She's still paying.
she's a
for
member. Oh, really?
So she just wasting money.
Charm, please.
What did you, Councilwoman Inman, you was asking about the,
I think the name of his restaurant is 492
592.
592
Yeah.
Lounge. He's in Stonecrest, and I was just asking for an update because he's supposed to have his second business at the Old Masonic Lodge. But he said it's nothing signed yet because he's out of the country. So, because I was curious, because we need something like that.
Mhm.
Like, we don't really.
Honestly, I really think in once that parking lot kicks off, I think you're gonna see a lot of people trying to figure out where they can get in.
Mhm. For sure.
So, that's all right.
thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Alrighty, the next one is mayor's report. So I got a couple of things, not too much. The first thing I wanted to let you know, I got an email from Senator Alsop's office. There is a grant that's coming up, and I know grants is kind of but I was wondering if this is something the city was interested in. It's a federal grant that will help eliminate dangerous railroad crossings in Georgia. So I know that's a hot topic for us sometimes. So I want to make sure if this is something that we can apply for and reach out and get some information and bring it back to you.
Yes.
Okay. Any other yeses?
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. And then my other was I got an email as well. The marker, the historic marker right there at Kelly Park. It should be delivered
Oh, okay.
July 28th, July 26th.
All right.
Let me see. Yeah, it should be shipped out no later than July 26th. This is just a reminder, and it does take 3 to 5 business days. We should receive it by August 2nd. So I was just letting you all know we didn't forget about that.
Can you give us an update on the model on there?
What kind of marketing?
The marker at Kelly Park. Remember, his son saw that it was gone.
Yeah, it's about that yesterday too.
Oh, okay.
That one,
Is it bronze again?
huh?
Is it bronze again or changed?
I think it's going to be the same.
Okay.
I was trying to get something different so it won't get stolen again, but I think it's going to be the same.
Wow.
But it was no charge to us again. So if they want to,
Wow.
they want to put it up. So
Somebody just put it on their truck and took it away?
we don't know.
How do we protect it from happening again? Because that's heavy. I don't.
Chain it down, I know, I was thinking you had to have a truck. Professional, yeah.
Just so you know, there's only 4 little tiny screws that cover one of the
Mm.
You might need to get it bolted a little bit better then.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out once it gets here, I guess.
Something to make it obvious that they're taking it. You know,
Put the camera.
climb over a fence or something.
All right.
Oh,
Other
step
than
cruise.
that, I think that is it for now. Update with councilman and councilwoman. I'll be reaching out to you tomorrow
Oh,
to let you know when our meeting will be, because it should be this week.
Okay.
Regarding, so we'll get that underway. Other than that, that's all I have. Starting with Councilwoman Wynn, you have any update? Oh, that's right. She's in my report. Miss Miller. It was something else. I need Miss Miller to come up here for my report, please. She has something she needs to talk about. Good evening.
Wanted to talk to you all about an event that was brought to my attention for Sunday, September the 1st for the Lithonia Park area. I'm just going to read some information that has been shared with me, and then of course, I will ask if you all have any questions or if there's additional information that I would need to get for you all. Is there anyone here who's familiar with the Atlanta Jerk Fest, who has ever been to the Atlanta Jerk Fest?
Heard of it, haven't been.
Okay, good.
The Atlanta Jerk Fest has been a festival here in Atlanta that has taken place for the past 18 years. For the past few years, they've been in the Stonecrest area. Last year, they hosted at the complex that they have, Southeast. Southeast. And as they were planning for it this year, it was identified that in light of some upgrades that are in progress with respect to parking in that Stonecrest area, they would not be able to safely ensure that they could have an event there because there's nowhere for their guests to park. So in turn, they did come to ask if we would be in a position, one, if our space was available, for them to be able to host it. So just to give you a bit of information about the Atlanta Jerk Fest is that it is a food festival that does encompass music, but it is about food and it is about cooking demonstrations. Publix is one of their major sponsors, and for them, what they're doing is they want to be in a position as to where they can build and continue to build a relationship within the area, because as we know, there is a high Caribbean population here. Were you all able to get the video? So we're just going to look a little bit of their promotion from last year as related to the Jerk Fest when it was in Stonecrest. And I'll let you know
Mr. Harvey, and we are here at the 8th annual Raise the Fest.
So we're gonna I might come back to it in just a minute. But what I wanted to be able to have you all see is that Publix is their sponsor. There is a great deal of attention that's put on food, which is why they want to use the back of the park. When they said that initially, I said, "You sure you don't want to try the amphitheater? Because we already have a stage." And they said, "No, it's not about the entertainment, it's about the food." So basically what they do is they have tents that are set up along the perimeter of the back of the park where they have all of the food stations. In order for this to work for them, they are willing to do a number of things, such as bring in a water tank, because for food festivals, you've got to be able to have a water source, and we don't have one there. They do know that they have to have at least 14 portable bathrooms. Last year, when they did the event in Stonecrest, they did have 19 officers on staff. I did speak with Chief as it related to, for us, we would do it in the reverse of what they've done in the past if we're able to do the event, whereas we identify how many people from Lithonia, and then they make up the difference on the basis of people that they've worked with. It is family friendly. They do anticipate about 2,000 people to come. And with that being said, they knew that they needed to be able to be somewhere that I would say is a little more sheltering than to be out per se, so that they can safely get the cars in and out. And we did a walkthrough last week when I got back. So I want to say it was Thursday. We did a walkthrough and they identified everything that they had an interest in doing as related to the event. One thing that they did share with me is that there are a couple of things in the back area that they would like to have enhanced with Munson's team being able to give the leadership and the direction, but they're willing to pay for it. So, for example, there's some branches that are down that they would like to have those things removed. There's a little dip in the back that they would be willing to have filled on the basis of whatever it is that the city says that they need to do in order to make sure that it is up to standard, on the basis of people being able to transfer and walk about safely during the course and time that they're there. So I always think that when people are willing to pay their own money in order to help to bring something to where it needs to be for the event, that's a good thing. I did take an opportunity to nosy around a bit. This event is here in Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, DC, and New York. So I did kind of check some reference checks or just some overviews to see. I did not have anything that was identified that was alarming or that would take away from us even wanting to consider the event. The individuals that I've spoken to thus far have been extremely professional and timely in getting to me the information that I wanted as it related. So you want to start that back. So I just want you all to see, of course, as we know, it's the food. It doesn't not have the events as the music.
So they will have a stage and
They're
performance.
going,
So they understand the music loudness.
it won't be that. So what they're doing is,
We go to.
okay.
I think I went to one of these back there before.
It's a lot of people from back.
So I just wanted you all to see that there really is an emphasis on that cooking component and not necessarily on the whole entertainment part. I did ask them, how do they do that? And they said what they do is, like, say, for example, somebody who's on the public stage, that's probably one of the more renowned, I think Grace is the one that kind of couples with the public stage. So they'll have those cooking demonstrations at that point in time. Then there's a break. Then the entertainment will maybe take place for 10, 15, 20 minutes. But then they go back to some other type of cooking demonstration. So it's not constant music during the course of the time at which the event is taking place. Also had an opportunity to look at their Instagram page. And if you do look at their Instagram page, it does identify that, that you'll see oftentimes this is for the family. You'll see them setting up as it relates to getting it ready for the day. So it's not an idea of people just coming together for the basis of a concert. I do really identify it as something that would be great for us to consider. As you all know, I always stand on the mantra of wanting to build longevity. And when it makes sense, we want it to make sense for the city, for something that is good and fulfilling for the community.
You please not coughing.
Keep on
That's the
It
first
came through the
time
window, TV, the
it's
jerk.
ever been brought to us in that order. We've had it brought to us in many orders, but never promoting the food, and we're gonna have a little, that's in reverse, because, it's brought to us, okay, we're gonna have the people dancing, we're gonna have performances, and food is gonna be there. We're gonna have some vendor trucks. We never say, oh, the vendor trucks taste of, is it?
No, I think these are competitions, Ms. Howard. It's not just vendor trucks. These are tastings and competitions. That's why
Jerk Fest, Atlanta
it's the
Jerk Fest.
So they're not just coming with food trucks. These are people who are coming, who are actually
Competing with each other.
Competing with each other. He said that they have about 25 vendors for their food stations that come out.
So who's the judge?
They have their own team.
They have their own team. That's a letdown with your big.
I was asking.
You come with, okay, this is what it is. This is tasting, but okay, we're the judges.
Yeah, they have their judges. They wanted to ask about, who from the city would want to be able to be there. They want to make sure that you all are there. I work with a lot of people. I didn't get a sense of we coming out here to gyrate and cut up in your city. I did.
Well, you don't have to have that sense, we know. Some things are left unsaid, but we all kind of know. Wow.
I got a question. You know what I'm talking about. Are they coming asking us to be in the city and abide by our rules? Are they trying to let's make it all night long, past the deadline? And I think that's what I get upset about, because when people come here, then, we want to come here, but we want to expand the hours all day. Of course, it's out there now, but late at night with loud music, and that's not what we want, right?
No, that's not.
Have you told them that? No loud. No crazy loud music.
No crazy loud music.
All right.
Because
Mike and them was good. Mike, the rest of the folks were good this year. So.
And I did explain to them. I said we have done Igloo, we have done Escape Sunday, and they have all turned out to be a recipe for disaster. And he assured me we are none of those. That's why I started to do my own digging. I did listen to what it was that they were saying, but then that prompted me to go and see about the other cities, different people that have worked with them, just to see what it is. Is there going to be loud music? Of course, because at the end of the day, there are going to be people who are going to be on the stage. But is it going to be a constant gathering of loud music? No.
Well, depends on what you mean by loud. So there's extreme crazy loud, and then there's loud as a concert. So you don't say pretty much.
I'm saying concert loud.
All right.
But not consistent. It won't even, because he said we do breaks. We do the music in breaks for that reason, because we don't want people to think that they're coming to a concert. They're coming to a food festival.
Yeah.
What are the hours?
So it's on that Sunday of Labor Day.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
Because you started to chuckle.
I was wondering why you didn't ask.
I did. I said if they come in here, they got to abide by our rules of time.
What hours are they expecting?
they will start their setup that Saturday, as far, because they got all these.
Oh, it's on the Sunday again?
It's on a,
Gee.
again.
Okay,
Love Sunday.
this wasn't,
Labor Day
this,
weekend.
yeah, so was
I
this
know.
one of the Mondays? Was this one
Oh,
of the
Labor
Mondays that you asked for?
It would be one of the times that I would
Cause,
ask for 10 o'clock.
Okay, Labor Day.
Labor Day
Labor
Monday.
Day Monday is
Yeah.
after that. Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
So I told them it had to be in no later than 10. Now.
No, now move on. So what else we gotta do?
Okay, no,
When
go
you say
ahead.
what about the setup, well, it's impossible for them, not impossible. It's
Oh, yeah, I ain't
difficult
worried
to
about
get
that.
everything set up, you know,
Yeah, that's fine.
Sunday and trying to, they're bringing in water tanks and.
It looks professional.
It's a
It's a
professional.
professional.
I just got a couple
What about
questions.
the car parking?
Did you ever give me the time?
She said till
They'll
10
be until 10. They'll start their,
morning.
they'll,
I mean, well,
What was the time?
1 till 10.
1 to 10?
that's good. 'Cause I'll be
Okay.
Wow, that's
Um,
they kept secret.
What was your reason? What was their reason again for not doing the complex? On the,
Parking, because they're doing Stonecrest is not able to accommodate, because they can't accommodate their parking that they need on the basis of some upgrades that they do in the city.
okay, and you said it's going to be
That's a lot
about
of
2,000 people. How many can our park fit?
You can't get 2,000.
We can fit 2,000 parking.
No, just people, but
No.
not parking.
parking.
I'm
No.
trying to figure out the parking thing.
Okay, so so we did that walkthrough as well.
Mhm.
So we would have to, of course, have some of the parking at the amphitheater.
Mhm.
School will be in session, so I have to get permission in order to use the actual
Okay.
parking lot at the school. They know that they have to have their security, everything has to be on the basis of their parking team. But with that, it made sense in going through the lots and things like that.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, it sounds fun. That's a lot of bathrooms too. 14 porta potties.
They need for 2,000
Wow.
people, they need.
We had a lot for the rodeo.
They had about, they should have, I think they probably had about 14 as well, and then
Mm,
with the
wow.
ADA as well, I think they split them up.
How many people you
You
think they
never
have?
want people to say that they couldn't get to the toilets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many people you think they had at the rodeo?
You think it was that many?
I wish I was here for that.
All day.
It was
And then
really,
remember-
really crazy. Like,
Excuse me, it's a rolling crowd as well, so.
Oh,
that's what I was-
They're in and
It
out,
may
yeah.
be 2,000 people, but it may not be 2,000 people at one time. Typically, it's a rolling crowd.
So are we charging them for what? Setup and the day of?
I was going to recommend that you charge them at least $2,500.
For 3 days?
It's just.
They'll break up on-
Saturday night. They will break up on,
So
well, so for me, when you break down, I come back out and see, because I always ask you to leave the property as you found it or better. So when they do break down, that is another walkthrough that we'll do just to ensure that everything is the way that it's supposed to be.
I mean, they gonna do it that Sunday or that Monday?
They'll probably start Sunday, but you can't leave trash out, so we've got to work. We may have to work until the wee hours of the morning, but they have cleanup crew, so those are things that one of the things that, I was asking about, okay, so what about your trash pickup? They said during the entire time that the event is going on, we constantly have people picking up, pulling trash. You let us know where we need to put it until the end of the event, and then we can haul it, we can roll it away. Because of course, that was one of the things. With your individual vendors, they're going to be able to break down individually that night, but as a team, the only thing that they'll have to do is come back with respect to anything they may have had to do with the water spigots. So it would just basically be more of that commercial breakdown, but everything else should be just about where it was.
so how does the pay work again? Like the fees per day?
But typically it's $750 per
Part.
$750 per part.
Yeah.
So I was just saying that in light of them needing to set up, I would charge them an extra, that I would just blanket $2,500.
Oh, okay.
So that includes the breakdown, because you said working in the wee hours of the morning, but what constitutes the next day? Is it 12:01 a.m. or is it just they get the wee hours of the morning to continue cleaning up and break down?
Well, typically it's the wee hours of the morning. When I do an event, we go.
Is that the
into
next day?
I've never done a next day after the event.
At the event,
I just.
if
know
they
that
get
it's
it
got-
done in the wee hours.
Because it's mandated that when the sun rises, basically in the city of Lithonia, if you are having an event, it needs to be in pristine condition by the time people are getting up and moving about.
Okay, sunrise is the next day.
I mean, because we have been out there until maybe 2 or 3 in the morning to make sure that
That's
we get
great.
things taken care of. And then we'll have, they'll come out early that morning and pull the trash.
Do the city do the parking, or who collects the money for the park?
Well, the parking, the city won't collect the parking because the school has got to be compensated. So they have
Right.
to go with the school for that. The city will collect the parking as it relates.
I just
to-
say, it's always hard to find people to do it anyway, collect money.
Collect the money.
But of course, a
Uh-oh.
portion of the,
Crazy pill I gotta take. I'm just-
with respect to utilization of parking at the amphitheater, though, of course, you all will get a portion of that money because they're using that space.
Mm.
Any other questions?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
we need to finalize your fees. Remember the
Oh, yeah.
contract?
Let's-
That needs to be a conversation. Well, since she's doing the park, it needs to be council, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So can we do it now or we gotta wait? Agenda? Okay.
Yeah,
So
we gotta
say
do
if,
that.
like, right now, what we just discussed, Jerk Fest,
Yeah.
will you make anything? For being,
I will.
Can't answer that. No, just kidding.
No,
No.
I would,
just trying to figure out.
no, because I would stand in the gap for them because many of them don't live here.
Mhm.
So standing in the gap, I already told them if I stand in the gap for you, you won't have to do some sort of consultation fee.
Of
With
course.
respect to that, so, but beyond that, no.
Okay, because I know we haven't done hardly nothing
Mhm.
over there. So it sounds like we might get, some people coming in trying to ask, and we just want to make sure have some type of agreement between us
I
and you.
understand.
Okay. Okay.
Like a part of the park is being used Saturday, for,
This on this cap?
no ma'am, that's the following weekend. Saturday is the OMA.
School, back to school, something?
Well, that's part of the amphitheater. Well, I'm sorry, what's the name again?
I don't know the name, but I do know the thing. They have.
What?
Yeah,
That's a reunion?
It's this Saturday. So I say that to say that I did everything in order to make sure that everything was okay, but there was no compensation. I just made sure that they paid
Yeah.
you all
I remember
to
that.
ensure that everything was well, so they're doing, they try to point it as a family reunion. I don't have to probably feedback.
Did you say next weekend? This
Saturday,
Saturday, with
the
the back.
backpack giveaway
That's the backpack giveaway this Saturday.
July 20th.
Next Saturday,
27th?
yes.
is what?
I'll see you before I leave.
No, but we're talking about a different event for this Saturday. They're utilizing a portion of the park, but they just paid for it Friday, Thursday or Friday.
They pay for it Friday,
Mm-hmm,
and they informed Renee that it was a family reunion,
mm-hmm.
and they got to the hall, I was informed that it was in terms of the charity organization.
Mm.
But then when, right.
What
So
was
then
it?
I started to ask about
What's
the
the difference?
fraternity. Well, because when you tell me family reunion, I'm thinking, your
Yeah.
children and everybody, and then you start talking about a fraternal sorority. But
A
then I
cute
said, well,
dog
tell
to
me what kind of, and they said, oh, we're a service. I said, you probably should have led with that,
Right.
that they were a service organization, a fraternal organization. And I'm thinking we better have cues out here.
Mm.
Okay.
Are they charging for it?
No, they're not charging.
Just
but-
having a big guy.
But they had what they do is they try to utilize different parks in municipalities in Georgia. The gentleman that we were speaking with, he lives here in Lithonia. He said he didn't even know that park existed. So I had a good conversation with them, but they were thinking that it was free. You remember last time I was here, I said sometimes you get frustrated individuals This was the organization that kind of had a ping pong situation with the cab, and they were misinformed. But at the end of the day, I still told them it's 750.
But I can see why they could be misinformed if they come in with different event titles.
They were misinformed. They were told that it was free.
Mhm.
to utilize
But is that the
space.
same group that came with different titles? One
Yeah,
being
family
the,
reunion.
yeah, so I mean,
Might have to watch them. There might be something
yeah.
totally different.
I mean, that's what they say, but I mean, what did they request and under
Well,
what
after
title?
speaking to the young lady, Ms. Howard, because when I was actually here, very close by, and just pulled in and said, we were told that this was a family reunion, and she kind of had a look like a family reunion. She said, it is a reunion, and I guess we are like family, but we are a service organization that we're coming together with our families, but this is not like a family reunion.
So this is different from the backpack giveaway.
Right, the backpack giveaway is us on the front side. I'm saying that because I wanted you all to be aware, because they didn't pay until Friday. So prior to Friday,
Mhm.
it was a non-issue.
And where are they gonna be?
In the park, in the back.
In the back.
Mhm, because they have the pavilion as well.
Oh, they rented that? They
They
rented?
rented that, and they were, according to them, they were told that they could also utilize the back park area. And I said, you're welcome to for $750.
You got any police can be back there?
Yep, they have to, have they given you a call yet? Or, actually gave them, was it Patterson? We gave them the information that they needed.
What's the name of the people again? What are they coming in as?
I mean, they.
We just have a group of people come, we don't,
No, I mean, they were.
it's a sorority.
It's a fraternity.
Fraternity.
Man,
And she said it, but I just, I was pretty.
it's a national fraternity, sir? Oh, okay.
Jasmine put it in the system. Do you remember what she put in? Oh, I'm sorry.
What are the hours?
Okay, we're supposed to be short, huh? We making this. thing
11
last.
a.m. to 6.
Yeah, we could end this.
I'm done, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
No,
so
just thinking.
confused.
I know. So, I think we got a schedule one time before, right, Ms. Renee? A schedule of things. We probably just need like a Google Doc that keeps changing.
I normally send it
Yeah, that's what I'm
to them
saying.
so that they can have it as a shared with me.
I was, you see it on the screen, looking at this, like,
I guess just
Yeah.
update it.
yeah, it's not. The only thing that's on there is Saturday, the trucks and tunes back to school.
You know, it's nice. I
I
like
don't see anything else about the reunion.
the Lithonia reunion on
It's
the
not on there.
marquee. It's pretty good.
That was cool.
So there wasn't a lot of,
The city calendar. Who updated, you or Jasmine? Okay, it's not updated, so hopefully we can get it a little bit more
Jasmine.
updated than what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the events at the park.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
Because,
there's a.
I didn't, I'm getting ready to bump heads with her, because I didn't know that Southwest DeKalb would be behind Lithonia on the same day.
Mm.
That would have been something I would have, you just said the 27th.
No, the 27th is Lithonia. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was the cab. I'm sorry.
Okay, because I'm getting ready to like, wait a
She was
minute
like,
now.
they're about to duke it out back
Yeah,
there.
that's something I needed to know. That's why I kept asking you, Southwest DeKalb on 27th?
No, my apologies.
They have to have a band.
But even still, I need to see that on the calendar.
Yeah.
Y'all should have a reunion band,
Mm.
Lithonia marching band reunion, so they'll come and play a bit.
Anything we can help you with for the 20th? You volunteer, you need out my help.
Oh, yeah, do you need something like that?
Me.
And I think we got.
I'm part of the
there's some
organization.
Ladies from the church that are going to come over and volunteer. Miss Tracy seems to. What we really want to be able to do, they were able to get a grant, so they have backpacks and school supplies that they really need to get out. So we're trying to ensure that we get the rising sixth graders for certain to come over, so with their families, so that they can, kind of get the welcoming into the middle school concept and be some of those first backpacking schools,
Mhm.
school supply recipients.
I like that it
Did they-
links to a flyer, to the flyer.
Did they have to have clear foot bags?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'll be there. If we need extra volunteers, I don't mind.
Just remind me what day that is.
That's Saturday.
This Saturday?
Mhm.
Oh, I'll be here. No, I'll be here. I'll be here.
So I'll go kind of back and forth between, the event in the park is to end at 6, which will be closer to our end time as well, but I'll just kind of go back and forth to make sure.
4
that they are on
4 to 7. Is it 4 to 7? 4 to 7?
4 to 7, yes.
Yep, I'll try to come through. Okay, so that's it.
Hey, Mayor.
That's it.
That is all that I have to share. I was wanting to know how we looking on September the 1st. Do you all go? Do we work?
For the church fest.
For the Church Fest.
What you wanna do?
I think we should.
We could just fine. See, that's
How do you
all that
feel?
money just.
Evidently, you feel pretty good since you brought it, because you know you don't bring.
If I had gotten like, I'll just, if I had gotten a bad feeling about it, I would not have,
Even brought it.
even brought it. And I'll just share with you all, a few weeks ago, the organizers from, Igloo,
Mhm.
he said, oh, it's our 10th. The man didn't even get it out his, I said, sir, did we stop here? No. He was like, he said, but Miss Renee, we've grown so much and we've learned somewhere else. I said, sir, there is no way that I could go and stand before the council and say anything about Igloo. I said, now, if you would like to give me some sort of plan that I can share with them that is airtight and seamless, that we can have a checklist, and if you do anything that is not on this checklist, you are immediately shut down. I said, otherwise, there's no way that I could go and say anything. I mean, he told me all about, we've been doing this and we've been doing, that's fine. But I just don't think we can be celebratory with you all for your 10th year.
Maybe on Main Street. I mean,
I'm
anything
surprised you
away.
said that, Daryl.
I mean, any place, instead of being in the middle of the neighborhood, but Main Street kind of section off with building.
That don't make it better though.
But it's kind of like
Yeah, I'm surprised you said that. What? What's going on?
soundproof, going straight. Yeah. I remember even playing.
Your spokesperson, that's absolutely. You know,
Ms. Wynn said nope. Ms. Wynn said no.
inebriated people in,
What?
So how do y'all feel about the fest?
I mean, I personally think it's cool, especially since they have a history of having events. I don't know what it's like because I haven't been, but if they haven't had, any issues on at the complex, I think it would be cool. My only concern, for sure, would be the traffic, because it's tight. Even if maybe if you have a conversation about busing people.
I'm sorry, and that was in my notes.
Mhm.
They are going to have shuttle buses.
Okay, all
They
right.
are going to have shuttle buses to help with the traffic flow
Mhm.
as well as with safety. And they're also going to have a couple of sprinters that will stay in the park area in the event someone gets ill, they need to leave early so that they're not having to bring that shuttle bus all the way back. So those were they were for every question that I was asking, they said, oh, no. And I said, well, would you be willing to do this? They said, yes, we will be willing to do whatever we need to do in order to make sure that this is going to be comfortable for you all. So,
Okay, well, with that, I like that idea.
Okay, that's cool.
I think everybody's okay. You okay with it?
Well, yeah, come here. Yeah,
But it's not on
yeah.
the agenda.
It's
Yeah.
consent.
But she just
okay.
she just
I'll
needs
say
to
consent agenda.
before she.
Yeah, I'll give a yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
But I will do an official vote in case anybody asks, we'll do an official vote.
Right,
Okay.
right. But
So
so
on the
that you
record.
know how to go forward.
All right, thank you
And then
so
I'll
much.
start to get their paperwork together. Of course, everything that's shared with them will be shared with you all. As it relates, if you have any questions about anything, let me know, because, when he was saying, you got some tree limbs down, can you all have some laborers that can move it? We'll pay for it. I said, sure, you're doing us a favor. You're doing us a favor.
Yeah, get all that straight.
I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for answering all those crazy questions.
All right. Councilwoman Wynn, you have any updates?
No, when I talked to Ashley, some people that live here, they wanted to make a comment about the crosswalk.
Mhm.
And she said, I would have to discuss it with council. Council said, I'll have to ask you, but you're not here, because one young lady,
Mhm.
she was shouting, Miss Wynn were coming. I was talking to Daryl, but they haven't shown up, but I did let them know.
What was the concern about the crosswalk?
The flow of the traffic, how one lady almost got hit with a baby.
Mhm.
And she was saying it's a very dangerous thing. I told her that we had already discussed that.
Which crosswalk? Right here?
From the library, coming from the library.
Okay.
And she was saying,
That's probably the lady I seen almost got hit with baby.
huh?
It's probably the lady that I almost seen get hit with
People
baby.
don't stop.
Okay, right, and that's those were her words. People don't stop. And I just, she asked me, could they say something, a few of them, and I said, yeah, and I thought that they would be here, because she shouted out, I'm coming, and I told her I wasn't sure, but they could come anyway, so, but they didn't show
Okay.
back up.
So remind me. So if I was to walk from the library to Wayfield on the crosswalk, there's nothing to press. You just walk across and
Yeah.
that's it.
And the people have to go,
No, go ahead.
the people have to just watch, they have
Yeah.
to stop more so than the driver.
Cause you're not gonna
Because I
stop.
have to check myself, and I find myself now,
Looking,
Mhm.
I'll be looking to the right.
And
too.
now I go down Main Street more than anything, just, take a shortcut
Mhm.
through one of the side roads to come out another way, because, people just hadn't registered.
Okay.
And for a moment, the flashers were out, and she got some new battery packs to put in them. But even when we put the flashers, the new battery packs in the flashers, in the daytime, you can't
Can you
see that.
see it?
So I'm sure you all have seen other crosswalks where they're big and flashier, much like our flashy stop sign.
Mhm.
So I'm saying if we can get a flashy stop sign,
Oh,
we can
yeah,
get a much flashier crosswalk, which makes more sense to me. Have something flashy like this. We got people walking there as opposed to cars
Gotcha.
walking there.
I think,
So like,
I think they pick up speed right there too.
I think so.
Because
too.
you bearing off to the right and then you looking and then you say, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
You
'cause I do
pick
it.
up more speed. You're
I know.
right.
Now, I
we
have
just
seen,
need a different type of
I got you.
crosswalk mechanism there. If I don't know if SPLOST pays for it or if that's the county function, but we do really, because I've experienced almost two people, and I'm blowing at the opposite people, flashing them like, slow down, you don't see them. So to experience it is like crazy.
It's
Gotcha.
scary.
look, I experience it every day crossing my load, because they coming around there. Even DeKalb County, like,
Uh-huh.
this is a crosswalk. They have a sign up there, but they don't see it. So I saw other cities that I see with a cross painted a different color, and make the lines bigger.
What about one of those, hump things?
Oh.
Speed bumps.
No,
You
that's-
can't put one right there.
Uh-uh.
It sure is
I
needed.
think just paint it brighter. And,
So honestly, Munson can do this. I just sent him a message. He knows.
Middle
what
of
to
the
do.
yellow.
You can put what now?
So it's like a plastic
yeah.
sign, it's about this tall. It folds back and forth if someone hits it. It's like white. You can put it in the middle of the yellow stripe,
Yeah,
in the middle of the road.
yeah.
So that way there's that, and then we get the two new flashes on both sides.
Mhm.
That sounds like a plan.
Because there's nothing in the middle, and when you come in this way, some people stand so far off the road you can't see them.
Mhm.
So we'll look at, I'll have them contact Bob tomorrow.
And I don't know, like the sign, you know how you have signage to pre-warn you pedestrian crossing?
Yes, exactly.
Even if we get some pre-warning signage, like pedestrian crossing is coming, or however we can just like do some type of week. I know people still don't pay attention to that, but as long as we got it though, cover ourselves.
I get once in the call, Bob.
Okay.
Let's do our time.
Okay.
That's easy. We can.
Pre-warning
get
is a good idea.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
paint,
say,
and paint it too, so.
If you get right up on it, it's too late.
I saw it. It looks nice.
They
Mm-hmm.
I never been down
And who was that again?
PKS.
He look real nice. You
Yeah,
gotta
they did.
remember that.
They did it very well.
Okay. All righty. Mayor Pro Tem.
All right. So the only thing I wanted to bring up was Lithonia lookbook. At the time of us getting them, it was a lot going on with the millage and budget, so it wasn't the best time to put it out like that. But if we had a day where we can kind of, I don't know if you guys want to go out in a team or group and we just get these out to people, especially since we always have upcoming events. We already have the link on that brochure that they can go to the website and see what's happening, So I didn't know if you guys wanted to do that. Also, if we can have a holder right here by the clerk desk,
Mm-hmm.
where people could just pick up one and go. That would be great and helpful too. So did you guys want to come up with a day to put those out, or how do you want to go about it?
It's hot,
It is hot. And
so
It'll be more than one.
we can't just mail them.
yeah, that's what I wanted to
Yeah,
do at
that's
first, but I
good.
didn't know budget wise what we were looking like.
Mailing is probably the best thing.
So can we mail?
I was thinking about
I put some down at the center, and if we can get a couple holders, maybe we could put some in the front at the center down there, and maybe some in the cafeteria.
Okay.
not only that,
Refill
your
food.
businesses, we just buy a whole bunch of like holders and just put them in everybody's business if they let us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's a good idea.
That sounds good.
Because I did give some to Black Dot and Green Love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But did you give them a holder?
Didn't give them a holder.
Mm.
Need that holder though.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
put it by the register.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. And this will evolve in the near future. So any feedback that you get, we can bring it back to our meetings and we can develop it or whatever. But I wanted to say I would love to revisit that dog park situation. I think that would be wonderful.
It would be.
I hate to say the word gentrification, but I'm seeing it, y'all. I'm seeing people I had not seen in this neighborhood, okay? And it's really refreshing. It is. And so just imagine if you have that kind of,
Yeah.
type of benefit, amenity here in the city. It's going to really
Mm-hmm.
come full circle.
I like
Well,
that.
I did see one of the cities in Georgia was voted number 2 best dog parks in the country.
You said which city?
I think it was what's it, Covington or Johns Creek,
Oh, Johns Creek.
one
course.
of them, and it was
Of
just
course.
had a little splash pad. And
Mhm.
It wasn't a big fancy thing, but it was just convenient. They had little obstacles and
I love that. I'm gonna have to go visit
total
just for that
afro
reason.
turf, all not grass, afro turf to keep the dogs clean.
That's another thing. Yep. And that's low maintenance too. You don't have to go in there and cut so much. That would be great.
I just gotta make my dog be able to play with other dogs.
Guess I have to get a dog.
All right. Councilwoman Shepherd, you got any?
I had asked Chief about this, what I asked you about earlier. He gave me an answer, but I still wanted to mention it to you guys because somebody mentioned it to me. On Main Street, you know how we have those big old planters,
Mm.
round planters.
Mhm.
Somebody mentioned to me that, and I never noticed it until they mentioned to me. If you go look at them drive through there, they're dead bushes with flowers and shrubbery in those planters, and they look a mess. So I was asking Chief, like, so we got SPLOST money coming down. We got money. We need to do a little bit of beautification in those. And Chief and I were discussing that they may be that probably is an LDDA
Mhm.
communication that I need to have a communication with
Mhm.
them properly.
Gotcha.
And so I was just that's confirmed, Chief. Okay, so
Perfect.
is that
Yeah, I could talk.
okay? Please,
So-
because that shouldn't look like that.
LDA do have something in the budget this year for beautification of the little alleyway. Even some idea of putting a fly-in tent, whatever, across the alleyway. This little shade. So they had put all that together. So I think that's just something they just pull a trick. And plus, I hate to say that some store owners have big planters in the, on the sidewalk, both sides. So they're kind of like sticking out in the,
Yeah.
well, we do have a lot of issue with stuff on the street. So, that's another issue we have
We
to,
need to come to that. Whatever we can do that we are, responsible for, we need to make it look beautiful. It
yeah,
don't look beautiful.
the uniform too.
Yeah, and uniform.
Yeah.
So that's all I want.
And we can do that. It was when they were put out, actually, my mother was on that beautification piece and she would go to like a florist, real reasonable
Yep,
florist, her Munson and
Um,
two more of the crew members, and they got a whole bunch of flowers and planting them and all that. So of course stuff dies out.
Yeah.
But since we do have LDDA, that's a great idea. Thank you, Chief. So if we need to send a letter to them, you
Yeah.
know, who we normally use and it's affordable, hopefully they can get that going again. Because that's nice. And then find some flowers that doesn't die out because of the heat. You know, the heat will, if you don't water them every day, they're going to die.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
a job in itself.
right. So you got to make sure you get the right plants. That's another thing.
Because they lived a long time. So it
Yes,
wasn't like,
definitely. Mhm. So, yeah, that's,
LDDA, we'll have them do that.
yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Anything else?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so definitely, one thing that came up at the LDDA was to allow businesses to participate in Jamaican Fest on Main Street without a fee.
Say that again.
Wait,
The Jamaican Fest that's gonna be on down Main Street with Maxine.
Oh, Maxine.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so some of the business could participate without having, on Main Street, people that's already there could participate without paying a fee, because they blocking up.
Oh, okay.
It's in front of the
Yeah,
stores.
that's only
and stuff.
fair.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Though, like they're gonna be in their businesses anyway.
Well, we got to talk to the organizer, because the organizer at one point say when they have the farmers market, don't put nothing in front of my business, because I don't need to say anything else. But that person, now this person having an affair, and they definitely don't want to be charged for being in front of their business. It's kind of like a little rivalry thing going on now. So I think just got to clear that up. Especially if the farmers market want to have it on the sidewalk, that business can't stop them from being in front of their, not on their side of the business, on the street side. I don't think they could stop them. I don't know what you
thought we
think.
had that understanding that if the business was open, that you couldn't
Yeah,
put something in front of that business.
right.
That's pretty
Yeah,
much
But
the
why would we be
understanding.
charging them a
Well,
fee to put if
They would be open.
if they
But that
open?
business always, they have an open sign, continue. It's the rehab center and also the event center. So block that off. She don't want anybody in front of
She don't want anybody in front
on
of them.
Saturdays. On the street side.
Yeah, I think she's over.
Oh, I had a question. I just
That's it.
remembered. Alrighty. Moving forward to Councilwoman Howard.
Believe it or not, I don't have anything there.
She's so funny.
I just remember something, Mayor.
All right, go ahead.
I was told that the church behind you,
Mhm.
Tri-Cities, they're operating in there.
Yeah, they are.
So I didn't know if I should call executive session or.
What's what they were in there?
They've been approved. What's wrong?
They finished.
Oh, when did that happen? I didn't hear
They had a
anything.
grand open. They were mad that we showed up.
What happened? No one said anything.
They did it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
They
mad.
didn't have to
They-
come back in front of us. They just
No.
needed to
No,
get
I'm just saying, I
mad
thought
too.
we would get a heads up.
They did it.
Okay.
We just got to make a point to go there one Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to show up. So.
If you want to. Okay.
All right. Is there a need for executive session? All right. I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned. You all have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, you too. See, I just had to screw it back on.
that's what I think of.
Yeah,
Feeling around with it. Yeah, bro. All right, gang.
no problem.
Good night.
Good night.
Night night.